What's going on? My name is Jason Parks, the Media Captain. Today, I'm going to give you everything you need to know about practitioner listings on Google My Business. What exactly is a practitioner listing? It is when a public-facing professional, like a lawyer, a doctor, a hairstylist, is allowed to have their own listing that's separate from the business entity. So let's just walk through an example. If there is a dermatology practice and it is XYZ dermatology, and that is the primary Google My Business page. If there are 5 dermatologists within that practice, each dermatologist is able to have a practitioner listing. If there is only one physician within that practice, you should not have a practitioner listing. It should just be associated with the main Google My Business page. So practitioner listings, they are for public-facing professionals that have differentiations versus the primary business. Another example would be a trainer. So let's say there is a gym and each trainer has their own set of hours and actually has different pricing. Well, that is the whole purpose of practitioner listings. So there is differentiating information on the practitioner listing versus the primary Google My Business page. What types of businesses are allowed to have a practitioner listing? If you're curious about this, let me go through the list. Attorneys, doctors, hairdressers, insurance agents and brokers, mortgage brokers, music instructors, personal trainers, realtors, soft medicine practices such as massage therapists, dental hygienists, and registered nurses, tattoo artists, and tutors. All right, so there is a common theme with all of those business types. Like I mentioned earlier, there are business professionals underneath the entity that have differentiating information, hence the reason for the practitioner page. I want to now go through the benefit of creating a practitioner listing and how this can help your local SEO. So let's say you are a law firm XYZ, and your primary category on Google My Business is just law firm. And of course, primary category is one of the most important ranking factors for Google My Business. In the video description below, I will put a link to a primary versus secondary Google My Business strategy. But getting back on track, the law firm's primary category is law firm, which is very generalized. If you have an attorney at the law firm that specializes in personal injury law, by having them create a practitioner page with personal injury law as the primary category, that can help from an exposure perspective on Google, because now when somebody searches for personal injury law firm, this attorney could populate that has the practitioner page. So if you are strategic with the practitioner listings, there can be SEO value. Let me now walk you through an example of dermatologists in Cleveland that have a practitioner listing because they focus and specialize in Mohs surgery and how this is benefiting them. All right, so now I'm going to walk you through the example of this Mohs surgeon in Cleveland, and you saw the Google search, Cleveland Mohs surgeon, and you can see that all of these practitioner pages are populating. Jeremy Bordeaux, Vitamis Allison, and Poblato Lopez Christine. Not easy names to pronounce. So if you click into Allison's listing, you will see that, okay, she is associated with the Cleveland Clinic. So that is the entity that she is underneath. She is a part of the Cleveland Clinic. She specializes in Mohs surgery, which is great because this is a very important procedure for skin cancer. And when people are searching for this, they are going to find her, and that's going to drive her new business. Jeremy Bordeaux, you click into him, and okay, he is underneath hospitals, university hospitals in Cleveland. And by the way, Cleveland, very good hospital system there. But again, he is populating here. Of course, it would be helpful if he got more reviews. So what's happening here is that because these practitioner listings have been made underneath the Cleveland Clinic and hospitals, they are populating on Google search, so you can see the value there. The issue with all 3 of these dermatologists is that they are not being proactive with their reviews. I can guarantee you if Vitamis Allison had 15 Google reviews, most people, if they were doing a Google search, would go to her for Mohs surgery. But this is just showing you how valuable the practitioner listing can be. The reason why practitioner listings get a bad reputation is because it oftentimes gets really messy. What happens is that all of the attorneys in a law firm set up their own practitioner listings under their own email addresses. And when they leave an organization, the law firm doesn't want to be associated with them anymore, yet they have a hard time deleting or removing the page because they don't have ownership. So my recommendation is, if you are thinking of creating practitioner listings, and I've told you the potential benefit, but my recommendation would be to keep all of this under one entity. So if you are the law firm, make sure you are setting up each of the practitioner listings and that you have ownership of that. So if somebody leaves your organization, you can easily remove and delete that to clean things up. In closing, practitioner listings can cause a lot of headaches for businesses, because a lot of times there are just rogue practitioner listings out there for a business and the person is no longer associated with that company. But if practitioner listings is done properly, there is a benefit and a value, and you saw that in the Mohs surgery example. So hopefully you learned something from this video. My name is Jason Parks of The Media Captain. If you ever have questions on local SEO, you can contact me at themediacaptain.com.